You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
On the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Ringer. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Ringer news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Ringer.
Hello, AfterBuzzers.
Hello.
Welcome to your AfterBuzz show about everything Ringer. I am going to be your host tonight, David Scifalidi, because the lovely Miss Deirdre Behar could not make it tonight. Oh, and actually, we're missing a bunch of our regulars for this show, but I am joined by my lovely, beautiful co-host, Stephanie Chaplock and Siobhan Hughes. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Very good.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Episode 2, Ringer. She's ruining everything.
Boy, is she.
Is she, though?
Oh, Bridget.
Oh, Bridget.
Bridge.
So
Bridge
what?
and Shiv.
Bridge and Shiv. Love the nickname.
Those two crazy gals.
Sharing a face. The girls who share a face. I love the opening. The girls who share a face. So dramatic.
So dramatic.
So what were your guys' thoughts about tonight's episode? Tell me your overall thought of the episodes.
You know,
Go ahead. Yeah.
didn't hate it.
Didn't hate it?
Didn't hate it. We discussed that the hair and clothing options need some serious help.
So the wardrobe and hair and makeup need to like step up their game a little bit.
And as does the audio.
The
whole
ADR.
production of
Oh,
things.
God. The production value on
Wait,
this
what
show
was that?
is
What was that
lacking.
moment you were talking
Okay,
about?
in the show during the party planning, Siobhan, Bridget as Siobhan comes
Shiv.
in. Bridge is Shiv. I'm getting so confused. It's very confusing. So Bridge is Shiv comes in. They're planning the party at the loft, and she sends them out for lunch. And the party planner leaves, and he's wearing Converse, and the ADR is him walking in dress shoes, and it just really bothered me. I don't know why, but it did.
You ruined the magic for me. I would
I
never
did.
have
I would
noticed.
have never figured that
I
out.
catch these things. I don't know why, but I'm like my eye went directly to it. My eye also went directly to one of the extras during the party scene. Everyone's dressed beautiful and glamorous, and this one extra walks by in the background in this ugly brown cocktail dress, and I'm like,
Okay,
really?
you definitely have to point that out when
I
that
will
comes
when
up
it
here.
comes up. I will. Her hair wasn't done. Like she.
I
looked
guess
a
she didn't
mess.
bring choices
Hot
like you're supposed to
mess.
do as a good little extra.
Yes, you
You're supposed to bring
are.
choices.
They
and
could
she
have
did
given
not.
her something. I mean, come on.
That's true.
Then they
Maybe
would have
Sarah
had
Michelle Gellar wouldn't let him.
wardrobe bump.
Yeah.
She really didn't want anything to distract from her hair.
Man, that ponytail. Oh, God.
I could not get past
Okay,
it.
well, let's get into the episode.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the episode starts out. We're with Bridget as Siobhan.
We call her
in-
Briv.
Okay, we'll call Briv. Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay.
Whoa.
We're with Briv at the beginning of the episode. She's in the loft. She's calling, what's his name? Malcolm, and explaining to him that she just killed somebody. It was under self-defense. She doesn't know what to do. She's in the loft.
Leaves us on a message,
Yes.
by
Leaves
the way.
him a
wonderful,
message.
wonderful message.
Great message to receive.
Oh, Briv, just killing someone.
Just
you
kidding.
crazy girl.
It was in self-defense, though, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's in self-defense. And then she deletes it.
Wisely so.
Wisely
Yeah.
so.
Amen.
But doesn't realize that he is still going to get the missed call and then call you back.
Oh, yep.
yes.
Because that's exactly what happened. He was like, oh, Bridget called me. I need to call her back.
Right.
Because something's obviously wrong.
At least it wasn't a message that he got to listen to. Why does he never answer his phone?
He never answers his phone. That's something else that's bothering
Yeah.
me. He always misses her phone calls
By like a
somehow.
second.
And
And
he's
then
in the parking lot later at the end of the
yeah.
episode. I mean, we'll get to it, but he's in the parking lot. He missed the phone call, but he got the message.
It's because having you have that happen to you, though, when you have no reception and the call doesn't go through, but then you get the voicemail.
But the
when-
message
as soon
comes
as-
through?
Yeah.
Not in a
But
parking lot.
I know.
Every time?
In a parking garage.
Every time?
Every time.
No,
He's
every
too
time.
busy. He
Yeah.
is
He's
very
so
busy.
He's busy being that, what is he, a professor?
Busy.
Professor Malcolm.
That's a sexy ass professor.
Professor Malcolm Wood.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what else happened?
Then Gemma finally arrives. We figured out what happened to Gemma.
Gemma.
She was confronting the lesbian nanny.
The nanny's a lesbian? Oh, yeah, we found out last
Yes.
week that the nanny's a lesbian.
Well, she just said that. She's like, her girlfriend was
Oh,
not
God.
into it. And,
And there's that humor that we were, that was lacking.
Right.
oh, I
Before.
forgot to count the nuggets of humor.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think that was the only one.
that might have been.
That might have been the
Of course,
only
done by-
like,
yeah.
hint of humor done by the zany redhead.
Yeah, the quirky girl.
The quirky redhead with the big boobs. And then she leaves the body, which is like blows my mind. So Gemma's like, they were supposed to put sconces up, not knock down a wall, because clearly, what are we calling her?
Briv. Yeah.
Briv threw herself through a wall
Naturally.
before shooting the
Buffy
man.
style.
Buffy style. Tearaway wall. And, and then leaves the body because apparently the contractor's being fired and nobody's going to come into the to the loft.
Of course not.
So I'm just going to wrap this
Naturally.
body up in a sensible drop cloth and leave it here.
Right.
Great
Why not?
plan, Briv.
Great.
You really think it all out,
Really
don't
great
ya?
plan.
Body's not going anywhere. Let's come back for it.
I can't with this woman. I really can't. She does not think anything through. And you think for a former addict, she would actually think things through before doing them, but she doesn't.
No, she just wings it.
She just means that she can't look at the damn day planner again. We find out later on that
You
there's
didn't know you had a huge party you were planning?
Yeah.
she's planned a cocktail party, and yet again, she has no idea.
Right. And she told her husband that she didn't forget she was going to get her hair done, which she then had to go do.
Get her hair
I
done.
mean,
Hence
and
the
then,
kind of horrendous ponytail.
yeah, then she got that done.
And
Yeah.
then she had that done.
Yeah.
Time to fire your hairstylist, Shiv. Which is another thing.
Briv.
Briv. Okay, Briv.
I'm getting you that. One way or another, I am getting
One
you
day.
a life-size Sarah Michelle Gellar
Bigger than
face.
life size.
Okay.
Wall size.
Obviously. I'm making it happen
Life
for you.
size would be smaller than my head.
That's very true.
I have a very large head, and she's a very small lady.
But
Very
yet she
tiny.
can just lift the man like the things.
I
this
mean, the
show.
things on this show, there are some loose ends that we need to fill.
But she was
The
contemplating cutting up the guy. Remember that part?
Well, we will get to that.
Okay.
That's coming.
Which I
That's
wish
going.
she did. So she
Alright.
leaves the body there. She goes home, and Juliet has stormed off. Andrew's all worried. He doesn't know where she is. And he's like, I really need your help, I guess. Does he ask her that? No.
He's like,
He's just
do you
wondering where
know?
she
for
is.
his daughter.
Yeah.
Do you know? And she's like, of course not. This girl hates me. Your daughter hates
Your
me.
daughter hates me. And then later she comes home doing the walk
Hungover.
of shame, completely hungover.
Yeah.
Such a sass monster.
Such a sass monster.
And as a former addict, Shiv noticed that she was probably high.
Right. And she's like, I used to be high. I'm hungover.
Oh my god.
Snotty attitude voice.
Snotty attitude voice. I mean, I forgot even to discuss this, that she ran home after covering up the body and is planning an escape.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She's packing all her clothes. She's stealing. Brilliant.
She's meeting Malcolm
Obviously.
halfway.
Meeting Malcolm halfway. I don't think they discussed that yet, but she's like on the run. She steals Siobhan's ATM card, which I don't know what she's going to do with. We find out later. But she steals her sister's ATM card just thinking, oh, I'll figure out the pin.
Right.
Nothing's
I'm sure
gonna
it'll
happen.
come to me.
It's her birthday or my birthday because we're twins.
It's the same birthday. We'll just put a whole bunch of numbers in and then see what happens.
Right.
So she runs back to the loft, to the body,
Oh yes, with some like bleach.
with bleach and garbage bags.
Right.
What were you thinking?
Dexter.
Dexter?
Yeah.
Full on Dexter? Did you think she was going to pull out like a whole body
Well,
bag
my whole thought
suit
process
and-
was like, oh, you are a tiny, tiny woman.
Yeah.
Okay, and oh wait, did she even ever look at this person's face?
No, I would have.
No, she never took the mask
You're like
off.
never curious who just tried to kill you.
Clearly not.
I don't care. We'll wing it as always.
Wing it as always. I mean, in the beginning, she was like, I left. I was running from the law. I didn't want to testify because it was too risky for me. So that's why I ran. And I thought it was going to be safer here. And it's not.
Of course not.
Someone's trying to kill Siobhan.
Briv. Someone wants Briv dead.
And the shining moment, I think, with her scenes, all of Sarah Michelle Gellar's scenes with this actress playing Juliet, is that every time they had a scene together in this episode, it flashed back to when Bridget was not sober, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you guys feel about that?
I liked it. It was a little bit more background, which I was desperately seeking about Bridget. Love her eye makeup, by the way. I gotta go home.
I was gonna say, I really like what she's rocking.
She seemed like a really fun girl.
Right?
We could have hung out.
She didn't even seem that drunk to me.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. Was like, she's like too wasted, and she looks just
good.
fine. I wish I looked like that when I was in her state.
You don't? You got running eyeliner,
Always.
mascara all over your face,
still
lipstick
look good,
smeared on your
right,
cheek.
Doesn't look bad right now.
If you want to find a lovely picture of Miss Stephanie out on the prowl, there's one on TMZ.
Yes.
With whom? Tell us.
With the one and only, my main man, Rupert Grint. Yes.
Ginger.
I made it happen for myself. And then I found out that I was on TMZ the next morning.
As all things
Oh, what
end
it's
in
like to be a
Vegas.
celebrity.
Did you send your parents the picture?
Oh yeah. And my mom was like, "What is this?"
You're like, I'm just stalking somebody, Mom.
Well, and she's like, "Is that really him, or is this like a fake?" Because I didn't say anything. All I did was sent the picture, and she was just like, "What's happening?" And then my dad was like, "I don't want to talk to you ever again. We're gonna disown you now."
Good for you.
What if you married a Harry Potter kid? That would
Making
be
your
crazy.
parents proud.
They'd be happy then, wouldn't they?
I wouldn't even care if they were happy. I'd be on cloud
Be
9.
rolling in the deep groove.
Yes.
Back to Shiv.
Oh, Shiv.
Back to Shiv.
Back to her.
So she goes full Dexter on this body.
Or and she's
About
like,
Really.
to.
She's
The saw,
contemplating
she's
it
like,
with the circular saw, planning on cutting up this body and dragging it out of this loft.
Wearing a white shirt.
Wearing a white shirt.
Yeah.
And
Brill.
she dragged the body across the whole floor, which is open cement. And cement is a very porous
Yeah, you
material.
can knock
and
it out of there.
How are
Blood
you getting
everywhere.
the blood out of this cement? It just miraculously disappeared
the
when you
bleach,
wiped it up.
obviously.
In that bag, too. I love that she...
In her Muse bag.
How Upper East Side of you.
I mean, if you can go to the gym with a Birkin, you can clean up your dead body with your YSL Muse bag. I mean, why not? It goes
Right.
hand in hand,
It
right?
totally works. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be worried about having bleach in that bag at all. Great. Yeah.
Whatever. It's only another
Wing
$5,000. We're just gonna wing this life. Who cares? It's Siobhan's, not mine. So while she's at the loft,
The
the other man shows up.
what's his
detective.
name again?
I forget.
We can't remember.
It's like
his name.
Machado or something.
The actual character's name or the actor?
See, I don't
Either
remember. I
one.
was like Googling so many things
Nestor
last time.
Carbonell. Is the
That's the
actor.
actor's
Yeah.
name. Eyeliner.
Yes,
Eyeliner.
eyeliner.
It was so funny. I was actually just watching him on in Smoking Aces late last night. I was like, he is everywhere.
He is everywhere.
With
He's
that
been around.
Crazy eyeliner eye.
Oh yeah, love it.
Do you? Are you
Actually,
into
I
it?
mean, I'm not like he's not taking down Rupert Grint anytime soon. But
Okay. But he's second in line, right? We can say that.
totally.
Right after Ian Harding.
Obviously, I've got my list ready.
So he shows up.
And she like won't let him in. Like just let him
She's so
in.
suspicious.
Right? You're making.
I mean, what would you do in that situation? You have a dead body in the loft that you.
But there's like stuff everywhere. Just like let him
Let
him
him
go
in.
to the bathroom. But make sure he doesn't like go on that path.
Well, he is a detective, and like some detectives, at least on TV, the way they show it, are very, very receptive.
I
So they
guess
might
it's
see like a
true.
little spot of blood and be like, let me look further.
It's not like I'd be like, oh yeah, come on in, but like she's making it so suspicious.
Well, the first part of what she did was right. She should open the door, be like, I'm really busy, I gotta go. But then walk with him out into the streets of New York.
Instead of just running out on
like
your own.
5 paces ahead of him, yeah.
That's
that
real.
seems odd to me.
That's a little suspicious.
A little bit.
Just a hair. She tells him to go to the coffee shop. She's like, there's a donut shop across the street. Help yourself.
Cops love donuts.
Cops
so
love donuts.
obviously.
I mean, he brought it up. He was like, what's with cops and coffee?
Oh, yeah.
So she just threw it
Play
right
it
back
into
at
it.
him. There's a
Sure.
donut shop across the street. You can get some more coffee, get yourself a pink iced donut, and go to the bathroom. Sounds good, right?
Excellent.
does.
Excellent.
I know. It's delicious.
Delish.
So then she finds out about the cocktail party.
Oh yes, because she's about to escape or
She's
go to the,
about to escape
the
because
airport.
Malcolm called her and was like, I'm going to meet you halfway. At least meet me halfway. She's like, you can't come to me. And he's like, I'll meet you halfway. Let's figure this out. Let me help you.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, fine.
Okay, Malcolm.
That was a good impression. I like that.
Thank you.
Great.
Did you enjoy
Great
that?
SMG. Great SMG.
I could figure it out. I'll figure out how to do her misty eyes
I mean, I blew it on the bun today, but
and the center part.
I know.
You're fired.
Oh, that's right.
I'm never allowed back.
You're never allowed back until you figure
ruined
out
it.
how to make that ponytail.
Oh,
God.
now I have to do that ponytail.
Now you have to
Please
do the
do
ponytail.
that. I'm begging you.
You have to
So,
go to
I mean-
CVS, get a
Get the-
couple hair pieces, clip in hair
Get
pieces.
the Jessica Simpson line, clip
Well, I'm
in
gonna say, I think
ponytail.
my hair's long enough for it, but does this mean I just need to like bleach the end of it and keep like and
Dark
like maybe
hair.
darken the
Darken the
front part?
roots. Yes. But when her hair is down, it doesn't look that dark.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
but
It must have been the gel.
I still can't talk about it.
It was very distracting. I really couldn't
Very.
take it
I don't know if I'll be
seriously.
over it next week either. Like we'll see when I
What if
finally
it comes
get
back?
past it.
What if it's a recurring character, the ponytail?
The
Oh my
ponytail.
God.
I think
I
the
might
fake
actually
hair-
not be back on the AfterBuzz if that's the case.
I think the fake hair is going to be a reoccurring character, but last week it was a little. It was better last week though. The bun was awesome.
Okay, I will give you the
At the
bun.
museum party, she had those big curls.
yeah.
That was
well, because
beautiful.
It wasn't like completely contrasting colors. It just
It's
wasn't
true.
okay. It just
wasn't okay. You don't like the
I
straight
feel like they were going
ponytail.
for a very specific, like futuristic Studio 54 Barbie thing. I don't know what it was.
It
but
wasn't
it was
working
something
for
very
me.
specific that they had in mind.
It wasn't working.
Nothing worked out for that look. We're not even at the party yet, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. Sorry.
We'll
I'm
get
sorry.
there.
I keep jumping
It's
ahead.
fine.
I'm just so anxious to talk about this bun.
She goes to
Or not
she
bun.
goes to the ponytail.
Yeah.
She goes to the bank, and lo and behold, she doesn't know the PIN number.
Shocking.
Shocking. And it says,
Cons-
"Please see the teller." And the teller's all suspicious. She's like, "Let me see your ID."
Yeah, you have the
she's
exact
like-
same face.
She's like, "Okay."
Sure, of course.
Like,
You
why
have
are
the
you
same
so
face.
apprehensive? It shouldn't be a problem. You're already
Right.
passing for Siobhan.
Right.
Hands her the ID, and she's like, "Come with me." Like all angry, not like you're a good customer.
yeah.
You have a lot of money. I've seen you before.
Yeah.
Like face, more like, "What are you doing here? You're stealing
really
money."
making it worse.
Making it worse. And lo and behold, she's got a friend at the bank who's like, "If you ever want anything, just come and see me.
Anything.
I'll fill you up."
I'll fill you up.
And that's not what I meant.
I'm sure with Siobhan's background, I'm sure
Coffee.
that's not too
I
far
know,
from the truth.
right?
So,
Give me a break. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And then
No idea.
she gets just a bunch,
A bunch of money.
a bundle.
She wants to clear out her checking account. He's like, "There's nothing in it." But what about the account
Why
that you set
does
up
he
last
not
week?
find that suspicious? Like, I mean, I love
Anyone who
that
wants
she,
to close her
she
account,
she does make another joke, a little nugget of fun when she's
Oh.
like, "Oh, isn't a sale at Bergdorf's an emergency?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would consider that an emergency.
I would too, but wouldn't you think he'd be like, "Oh yeah, let me get you like your $100,000 that you have in here and
Right.
not even question it."
Well, why does she have one account with like thousands and thousands of dollars in it, and then she has like $4 in her checking account?
because the other one's a secret, probably.
That's like a
right?
secret emergency
Yeah.
fund that she set up. Siobhan set up, not Bridget.
Well, obviously for herself,
For
as
herself.
we see at the
as we
end of
see
it.
later. But you'd still keep something in your checking account. I mean, your husband has access
You
to your
just-
checking
Do
account.
they not have a joint account?
They
Like, what kind of
Yeah, I
marriage
think
do
they
you
would.
have?
They have
Especially when it
to.
doesn't work the way that Bridget
Exactly.
or,
Siobhan.
Yeah.
They
Briv.
have to have. I mean,
Briv.
she definitely married for money. and status.
No,
as
she
everyone does.
didn't. Don't you lie to me.
I'm not lying about anything. Okay. What happened next?
Did we get introduced to the business partner, aka
The slithering snake.
We did earlier. Whose name was Olivia.
I thought they never said her name.
Once.
You caught it. Look at
Gemma
you.
said it once at the party. So there is
about her being good at finances.
Yes,
Yeah.
Olivia's good at finances.
Okay.
So Andrew, Siobhan's husband, is having a cocktail party to get new investors because Olivia, his business partner, wants to fire everyone that works for them and get new people to work for them.
rehire people.
Yes, because she's like, investors like new blood, and he's
Mm.
like, let's get new investors.
Right.
So they have an investor party. Their original space falls through because a pipe bursts.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like,
Obviously, it happens all the
Conveniently.
time. All the time.
all the time, conveniently is like, let's have it at the loft.
Oh
it's
no, there's a
empty.
body there. This is so crazy.
So Siobhan, Bridget,
Briv.
Briv, I'm
It's just
never
it's just
gonna
the
remember that.
easiest way.
It is.
Bridget
get
as
that
Siobhan.
together.
Bridget as Siobhan.
Bridget as
Briv.
Siobhan.
Briv.
Briv. There's got a V in there. I gotta write it down.
Because Shiv was such a great one.
Shiv
so we
is
might as
such a
well
great
just
name.
make
We were
Briv
in-
happen.
We were introduced to her nickname tonight, which
Oh,
is Shiv, which is
Shiv.
just a gem of a nickname.
Such a gem.
I mean, it doesn't remind me of a spoon shaved into a knife at all.
Yeah. This isn't Oz. No.
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 Oh gosh.
But it's beautiful, you know?
Beautiful.
I love a good shiv in the morning.
I mean, who doesn't?
So Briv is forced to stay and take care of the body.
I'm making sure my problem is dealt with
Yes.
or something
She
along
tells
those lines.
Malcolm that she's got to make sure her problem stays hidden.
There we go. So then she goes to put it in that trunk.
That antique
Right.
trunk.
So she shows
Apparently
up.
no one can sit on.
No one can sit on the steamer trunk. Steamer trunks are very fragile, if you didn't know.
Especially for a very large man.
Are they
He was a very large man.
really?
He was a very
Yeah,
large man,
very large
but they
man.
are also they were built to sustain a lot of weight, I would imagine.
It looked like it fell off the Titanic, that truck. It was
That
so
was the
like
theme.
antique-y.
That was the theme.
That was the
Oh.
theme.
Oh,
Steamer
I-
trunks are from the 20s.
Ah.
As we heard from the man wearing Converse, that sounded like
High heels.
dress shoes.
They sounded like high heels. That's what the ADR was. They were like, high heels, high heels. He's gay. He's walking away wearing high heels.
But yeah, it was like Titanic themed, which your reaction was ew.
My reaction was to the party planner.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't like
Fair
the party
enough.
planner personally.
You weren't a fan.
I was not a fan. But you know, that's fine.
Can't win them all.
You can't win them all.
Oh, we forgot about this.
Yeah.
Gemma confronting her husband.
Confronting.
Yep.
So she confronted the nanny, found out she was
Lesbo.
a carpet muncher, and so not appropriate. This is why Deirdre's not here tonight, because I offended her. And then
I'm sorry.
that's okay. You have your moment. So she confronts her husband, and she's like, "I know you're having an affair," and he's like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Why would you even?"
I have an
think
answer
Very
for
that?"
this,
convincingly
this,
so,
this,
too.
and this.
Yes, very convincing.
Yeah,
I
he was.
totally
Yeah, I would've bought
believed
it.
him. Did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because he didn't even, I mean,
Didn't
she
even
calls him
blink.
out. She's like, you didn't even hesitate. Like, you just have an answer for everything.
Yes. And then she's like, "I found your key card,"
Yep.
Odd.
Wait,
And yet he
fat
still
liar.
lies.
and he
And
still
he's
lies
like,
about it. and he tells
I'm
her
right.
that
I write there.
Yep, he goes there to write.
I feel like I like saw that like from another movie. Like they're going to write at a hotel. I don't know why. Anyway,
It's a good cover, though.
it
It is a good cover. It does seem very familiar, but I don't know what it's from.
We'll have to figure that out later.
We will.
We'll keep you posted.
We'll keep you posted on that. And if you know, maybe you should call us 424-256-1729.
Ooh, you have that memorized.
I've
I
heard
like
it so many times.
Loves it.
Do you? Anyway. You can Don't ignore me.
Never.
Let's talk about the party. Let's just get into
Let's
the
just
meat
get right
of
there.
the episode. So they have the party at the loft. Everybody's dressed fabulously. They're wearing beautiful
Except for the one extra.
gowns. Except for that one extra and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Why?
In something that didn't look very great on her.
It was not flattering.
No.
I
not
get
at
you're
all.
supposed to be pregnant, but like,
Yeah, but
But
she's
it's not even
only supposed
showing
to be
yet.
4 weeks,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, I don't
4 weeks. You
understand
don't
what's
start to
going
show
on.
till
Yeah.
your second trimester. There's no need to be wearing a tent dress every minute of the day. And a
I mean,
one
that's what I
shoulder
plan on
tent
doing.
dress.
Ugh, I
with
just
that
feel
high
like
ponytail.
somebody lied to her when she's like, I want this dress. Is it okay? Yeah, it looks great.
Looks great on you.
I just think
Someone's getting fired after she watches this episode. I'm telling you.
I think as the co-executive producer of the show, she might have a little bit too much say in her wardrobe and her hair, and sometimes she looks a little too
does she
reminiscent
not,
of how
like-
Buffy dressed and how Buffy did her hair, like this scene specifically.
Okay.
Right.
And then she goes in the opposite complete extreme when they have like an event where she's wearing these like fancy dresses with
Dynasty.
weird hair and like,
Yeah.
you know, she might be stuck in that era of her life.
Oh no. I hope she gets out.
Right? Isn't that Buffy hair?
That
It is Buffy
Totally
hair.
That
Buffy
is
hair.
Buffy hair.
I know. I watched Buffy. I was a fan.
We know you were. We're aware.
With all that money. Oh my God.
Look
Things
at
I would do with all that
all
money.
them bills.
I'll be on a
Yeah,
flight to
money.
Thailand, Italy.
Not coming back.
No, halfway
nah.
between there and Wyoming. That's where she's going.
Which is where? Does anyone know?
God.
Halfway between New York and Wyoming.
I don't know.
Middle of nowhere.
Pennsylvania? I don't know.
Literally middle of nowhere. I don't know.
Great. I'm glad none of us have any idea on geography.
Michigan.
The United States. I don't think that would be I don't even know where Wyoming is.
To be honest.
I couldn't point it on a map.
It's okay.
I also
I don't
don't know
either.
if Wyoming's a state or a city. I don't.
It's definitely a state because
I'm gonna
they
say it's
go.
like Ohio is in between.
I don't believe anything you say.
No. Where's Wyoming?
Isn't Sioux
Like,
Falls
it's,
in Wyoming?
It's not like middle America. It's a little more towards the west.
What is it above?
The Dakotas.
Okay.
It's by the Dakotas.
All right. See, on quizzes, the Dakotas and that whole area always.
I
got
know where the
me.
Dakotas are.
Yeah.
I don't.
I do, because I had
I
to do
know
a report
where-
on South Dakota.
New York is, New Jersey, Philadelphia, sometimes Massachusetts, where Florida is.
Should we see how many of the 50 states you can name right now? Like,
I'm
is that-
naming them. The ones that I know.
We do the drinking.
New
We know
Mexico.
you love
ABC.
Florida.
Love Florida.
Atlanta. Baltimore.
Oh, we're going on a
Cleveland.
weird.
Okay. These are
Actually, if we want to be
cities.
technical, if she's going someplace between Wyoming and New York, it would be Chicago.
Oh.
Okay, that's not bad.
All right. So Wyoming's on our side.
Yeah.
We spent 5 minutes talking about Wyoming.
I know.
Okay.
Wyoming's important.
Hey, it's the only shine Wyoming is ever gonna get. So give it to me.
Give it its airtime right now. Give Wyoming some
Give
love.
Wyoming some love. We love you, Wyoming.
We better get a tax break from Wyoming for this for the tourism board.
Didn't Brokeback Mountain take place in Wyoming?
No idea.
Yo no sé.
I think it did.
You could tell me yes, and I'd be like, okay.
I think it did, and then partly in Dallas.
Right.
Oh.
Why do you have to smirk?
I don't know. I'm really strange. This is why Deirdre Behar needs to come back next week.
This is why teacher will never let you host again.
Ever.
Ever. Really enjoy your moment now.
I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying having the reins and feeling like there's no tomorrow.
I'm enjoying it too. I'm not gonna lie
I'm
to
along
you.
for the ride.
I'm glad you guys have joined me.
Of course.
So
I
back to the
would
party.
never miss this.
Back to the party.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Olivia is a little bit of a floozy.
I would
Is
call her
she?
more of a bitch.
Yeah, she's more of a bitch.
I was trying
Less
to keep
of a
it. I was trying to
floozy.
keep it
PG.
Kind of like a
They
shark.
say bitch on ABC Family. We can say it here.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. So it's an acceptable word these days.
So she's a flooze, and then Gemma loses her mind.
Emma loses her shit, gets wasted,
Slaps a new person. New woman
slaps
we've seen
somebody,
before.
and is like, "You slept with this hoe."
Oh, wait, we forgot.
Basically.
We forgot to say that the detective showed up.
back.
The detective shows up at
And
the
the
party.
slap is what distracts them from the
Yes.
conversation.
So detective, whatever his name is, Maldonado. I'm going to call him that.
Detective Eyeliner.
Detective Eyeliner.
Detective Eyeliner.
Loves
Jessica
it.
Alba. Isn't that Jessica Alba?
No,
Jan
that's-
Griffith is Jessica
Yeah.
Alba. Andrew.
Yes.
So
Andrew.
confusing. There's too many men.
So, someone's going to tune in and be like, who are they talking
Who are they
about?
talking about?
All these nicknames.
What is Jessica Alba doing on this show? Didn't see her
She's
there.
not on this show. Disclaimer. Johan Griffith is nicknamed Jessica Alba by Deirdre because he was in Fantastic Four with her.
because we were trying to figure out who
Who's
he
who.
was.
Yeah. Who's whom? Anyway, so he shows up at the party. The detective shows up at the party. And he's like, I want to talk to you. I didn't get to talk to you earlier. I thought this would be a great time.
As she's
Inappropriate.
cleaning up the blood.
And she's cleaning up the blood
Yeah.
because blood is dripping out of the trunk.
Which, by the way, how was the... okay, we're going to get to that
We'll
later.
get there because I know exactly where you're going. So she's cleaning up the blood because it's dripping out of the trunk. He shows up. They go outside and start talking. He starts accusing her, giving her
starts talking about the
a
history.
history of the building. And she's
Yeah.
like, why do I need... I don't need to know about this.
Right.
And he was like, the contractor got fired today. And she was like, so?
Like, why do you find
Yeah.
that shady?
And he's like, you obviously are hiding somebody here. She's like, there's hundreds of people here. And he was like, right now.
I love the face
Any
you
other
just
night.
gave me right
That's the face that he gave her. Right now.
With like the crazy
He closed one eye
eye.
and he was like, I see you. And she was like, how? You're wearing so much eyeliner. X-ray
God.
vision.
We have to get this actor to call in. Nestor, whatever, call in, please.
Cullen, as in Twilight? It sounded like that's what you just
Oh,
said.
no.
We're all
we're-
very confused now.
Yes.
And
moving on.
And moving right on.
Scene.
So Gemma slaps somebody. She runs back in.
And she's like, I need to take care of my
I
friend.
need to take care of my
You
friend.
can let yourself out.
You can let yourself out. Exactly.
Thank God for having a mess as a friend.
I mean,
Right.
well, thank God for her drunk friend, but
Right.
also she handled herself pretty well for being in a very tight situation,
Yeah.
I think.
Agreed.
Despite the fact that she's never had to handle something like this before, she kept her composure. She was classy about it. She didn't yell at him. She wasn't ghetto, which I would have expected.
With the ponytail.
With that ponytail.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
And her past life. You'd
That was all
expect
that party
her-
needed was a little Willow.
Yeah, no.
Little Willow Smith.
Then those investors would have come running. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
this
God.
treasure trunk.
So while her husband, Andrew, and Olivia are giving their pitch to get new investors,
The phone
The
rings.
phone rings.
Dun, 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 dun.
cut to commercial.
Ockies. Ah!
Cut to commercial.
We come back, the phone is ringing, and everyone's like, where's that coming from? And someone's like, it's
like,
coming from there. And she runs to the trunk, pulls out a phone as this bald-headed dude walks by
Super shade
In a black suit.
in a
looking
black
sinister.
suit, just staring at her.
Yeah.
Very sinister.
Like,
very.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Following her as he walks away. And she should have been like, what, bitch? It's my party.
Pay no attention to this dead man in my trunk.
She should have said something.
I'll
But she
do
just
what I
looked at
want.
him, all
Yeah.
accusatory.
There's a lot of looks in this episode.
There are tons of looks.
Yeah.
Tons of
Juliet
looks.
earlier in the episode is like, I'm going partying.
And Briv
Mm-hmm.
tries to give her a really heartfelt, you don't have to be this way.
I used to know a girl who was lonely.
AKA,
She partied too much and she was
me.
lonely. You don't have to feel lonely. I'm here for you.
cut back
Juliet goes
to the past.
No, it doesn't cut to the past in this
No.
epised. I mean,
Yeah, it does.
In this scene, no, we're in this scene right
okay,
now.
Okay, you're right.
But then
And
there's a
Juliet
moment where
is
you
like-
think that she's like, oh yeah, you're
Juliet's
maybe I
buying
thought
it.
something different about you. Maybe you are a nice woman.
She's like, I almost believed you.
Get out of my way, bitch.
You almost had me fooled.
I got to go do some coke.
There's a party with my name on it.
Oh, here it is.
Here's the party.
Here's the ponytail.
Which they have miraculously transformed this loft into
That was supposed to take how long to get like?
a few hours.
No, like I'm saying the loft was supposed to be like how long before it was like even like
livable, like
months. Look halfway decent, and now it's like
it's covered up with drapes though, like and like stuff everywhere, right?
It's fake.
It's feasible.
Yeah.
I guess so. I find that hard to believe.
You gotta point out that extra to me because
I'm really
I gotta wait for her to come by. She comes on later throughout the party scene.
We had to figure that out
during the like speech scene when it's kind of like
a little bit
wide shot
before. I don't remember. I'll see it. This awkward conversation was
Saint
just awful for me.
Totally, yeah.
Well, because I mean, Siobhan is been at these parties many, many, many times for the past 5 years. Bridget has never been to a party like this. She doesn't know what to talk to, so she asks the party planner
standard questions
to be like, "What do I don't know? I'm so nervous." And he's like, "Just talk about St. Bart's and Botox."
Obviously.
And she does, and it works.
And then it works, and then the fat man sits on the trunk.
And
she's
runs
like, "Excuse
everything.
me, sit in this chair. Sit in this chair. Seems a little bit more sturdy for you than this steamer
Basically, I
trunk."
just called you really fat.
Well, she gave him a chair.
I offended you horribly.
She gave him a chair.
Don't worry about it because I'm wearing a fugly dress.
I think it's McQueen. I have a funny feeling.
I was saying it like kind of looks McQueen, but it's really unflattering.
It's really unflattering
so
on her.
Yeah. There's like somebody should have done some tailoring.
You need to be taller for that dress.
Somebody should have done
bad.
something.
So we're in agreement.
Can we get someone from the Project Runway after show in here because we have to consult about this?
She looks
We had to have a convo.
awful.
This girl, like really, that blatantly hitting on her husband.
Right in front of her.
Something
In
about,
front of everyone.
yeah.
I thought it was like protocol to like keep these affairs a secret. Like you just are gonna like lay it all out there for everyone.
Right.
Yeah, but you just don't talk about it.
Right.
Everyone sees it.
Everyone knows
But you just
about
don't
it,
talk about it.
but no one talks about it. Correct. And we see later on in the episode, Olivia confronts Siobhan strategically, and she's like, "I see what you're doing." She's like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Getting pregnant. It's a very good strategy to keep your husband." And she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not a strategy. It's a baby.
It's a life."
Except for she's still just not pregnant, so I don't know where this is gonna go.
It doesn't matter. That important. That fact will
We'll address it
we'll
later.
figure it'll figure
its course.
itself out
Yeah.
over the course of however many episodes we have in this season.
Right.
The life of that baby will eventually either die or she'll
somehow
actually become
work out.
pregnant or somehow work out.
Oh, that would be great.
It would be amazing.
Since they seem to be rekindling their romance,
Yes.
and I like it. And I like it.
The party's over. They go home.
And he's like, the old Siobhan's back.
Don't leave.
Don't leave me again.
And then she gets up to leave.
Yeah. Which, by the way, you're gonna run away in a negligee and a long sweater. Come on.
Yeah, great planning.
Well,
Always the best planning.
She's the best planner.
She's really
She's
organized.
got her life figured out. She is
Knows
6
it.
months sober.
Wow.
She knows how to run the world.
She knows where to hide guns.
She knows where to hide a gun.
And a body.
And a body. I mean, there's a trunk here. Let me just stick it in there.
Great.
Great.
How she lifted it in there, I'll never know. But
No one will ever know. There's the blood.
Yeah.
and then insert detective eyeliner.
Here he comes.
And go. There it is.
Tap on the shoulder. So they're in the house. Not eyeliner. Andrew and Briv. Did I get it?
Yes, you
Briv.
did.
Yep, Briv.
Yes, you did.
Andrew and Briv are
She's
together.
about to leave.
She's about to leave. They've fallen asleep. And she stayed awake and she's packing her stuff yet again. She texts Malcolm and is like,
On my way.
I'm on my way.
Hun.
Right.
Get ready for me, baby.
Oh.
I mean, there's she is.
Oh,
Ugly brown dress, white
that's
purse.
right.
I just missed it.
Ugly brown dress, white purse.
That's quite upsetting. Okay. I will just have to rewatch that again.
Yes, you will. And she gets up in the middle of the night and she's leaving.
And then she
And
hears,
she hears
puking.
She goes to the bathroom. Juliet has obviously.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That
Thank
was
you.
gorgeous. Sounds like many of my Saturday nights.
Last Saturday night.
Face in the toilet. We don't want to talk about that. Praying to the porcelain gods. I feel for Juliet. Call me, girl. We'll go party together.
That mysterious orange pill.
Juliet is throwing up. She's like, I don't know what I took. Some girl gave me a pill. I think it was orange. She's crying. She's throwing up.
Really smart.
And she just stands there and is like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Good question. All right.
I mean, it's good because earlier she told her to get out of her way. And she was like, what do you want me to do? And she was like, I want you to get out of my way. And she's like, I can do that. So, I mean, following protocol, she asks her what she wants her to do. And we cut to flashback. Bridget's in the bar, drinking water. Siobhan comes up and is like, what's up? I'm on a date. It's 9 years ago. By the way. You're in Lake Tahoe, Nevada.
Yeah.
I didn't know Lake Tahoe was in Nevada. FYI.
You are just.
I am up on my geography.
Geography wizard.
I am. I can't help it.
Geography with AfterBuzz TV.
We should probably have a lesson.
We need a map because this show takes place in like too many different states,
and
too many different cities.
Maybe we can find Rosewood on there too.
Okay, we'll look for
day.
Rosewood.
Okay.
Or we'll place Rosewood.
Ooh.
On
I like that.
Then we'll
like
send
that.
it to Google.
Great plans.
Google Maps, add Rosewood. It is here. Cut to flashback. Siobhan is rescuing Bridget.
And she's had enough.
She's had enough. She's like, I'm on a date. Why did you call me?
This was not an emergency.
I thought something was wrong. And she's like, I can't pay my bar tab. I got drunk because I got fired. And she's like, that's not my fault.
You're really acting this out well. I
Being an adult.
love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's like doing a one-person.
I'm doing a
one-person
one-man
show.
scene,
You
just
should,
like
turn to the
Sarah
side.
Michelle Gellar did.
Nail
The green
it.
screen this week was a little bit better.
A lot better.
A lot
I
better
I was a
than
lot
last
happier
week.
with that.
The cuts were a little bit nicer. And we get to start to see where the rift started to happen between Siobhan and Bridget.
Yeah.
9 years ago, Bridget started drinking, started doing drugs or whatever, and Siobhan was sick of
Cleaning up her mess.
cleaning up her mess
Being her
and
mother.
looking after her sister, right? Being her mother. Yeah, we're twins, but I don't need to baby
Take care of you.
Yeah. You're an adult just like me. Take care of yourself.
Preach.
I've never been in that situation ever in my life. And then we cut back. And Juliet and Siobhan
Is like,
Briv.
just don't leave.
just don't leave. And she hugs her and she's like, I'm not going anywhere. And we see a very tender moment between.
That was
and
nice.
then Jessica Alba walks out and witnesses it as well.
Yeah. Right after he told her that the old Siobhan is back.
Yeah.
And she's repairing the relationship.
Such a great moment.
We then cut to Paris.
No.
We cut to commercial. No, she goes back to the loft and calls
And-
Malcolm and tells him that she can't meet up with him.
And
that she
Malcolm
needs to
once
stay.
again doesn't answer his phone.
Doesn't answer his phone, gets the message. She tells him that she needs to stay because people need Siobhan.
Right.
They need her right now. And that she feels good that she's needed for once in her life.
Instead of doing the needing.
Exactly.
And then he listens to it, and as that happens, the creepy, creepy man
Who killed,
Pulls
who
up.
butchered a stripper, apparently.
And she witnessed the murder.
Yes, and she, yeah.
comes up behind him.
Comes up behind him and then leaves because someone walked up to him. Like, who walked up to him?
It was someone
Like,
maybe a
delivered something
student,
to him.
like a TA or something.
Like, gave him something.
yeah.
And
So he was definitely still in Wyoming.
First off,
I mean, I'm very confused. If she was like, I'm on my way,
Yeah.
and
Then
he
where-
was
yeah.
like still in Wyoming, like, why
And halfway,
hasn't-
it's definitely going to take you just as long to get there if it's really halfway.
You should have left a while ago.
Yeah,
but
you
I
probably should've
understand,
figured
like, okay, if you were him, you were
Yes.
in a parking lot or a parking structure all by yourself,
Uh-huh.
and some huge black SUV rolls up on you with its brights just looking at you.
Uh-huh.
Would you stand there for 2 minutes and just like go like,
that. And like hold your cell phone up.
yeah, no. I get in my car.
I'd continue walking. To be honest, I'd be like, all right, what's up?
Right.
And I'd
And I'm like, keep on
continue walking and then see what happens.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then if they follow me, then I'll be dialing 911.
Exactly.
You have your phone ready.
You have your phone. It's out. You can always make an emergency call.
Yes.
We then cut to Paris where we see Siobhan looking amazing
Oh, shit.
with her big, beautiful green leather hat and her
Loves
green leather trench. amazing. She looked incredible. She's so chic, Siobhan.
Oh,
I love you, Shiv. You are so chic. Perfect French. I need to move some money in French. I don't speak French. Exactly.
Yep.
Translated, I need my money.
I need my money now.
And he tells her, the bank teller tells her that the account has been closed. And she's like, when?
Where? What?
And he
Why?
says, yesterday, Manhattan, the 79th Street location.
Mm-hmm.
She turns around and leaves, picks up her phone. She's ruining everything.
It needs to happen
dramatic.
now.
It has to get done sooner rather than later.
Oh, you quoted
I
it.
quoted it.
Oh, look at you, such the host.
I wrote it down. I always write down fun little quotes. Never really talk about them, though.
And that moment, that last moment, when we get into predictions, I will bring something up.
Okay.
Because of that last moment.
So Siobhan, we get back to Shiv.
Yes.
The real
Or
Brev.
Brev.
Goes back the next morning to collect the body. Opens the trunk. The body's gone.
Where'd it go?
And, mind you, this trunk has not a drop of blood.
And last night it was leaking blood.
Oh, I didn't catch on to that.
How?
Nobody knows. The trunk is completely clean. And supposedly it's an antique and the inside looks brand new.
How?
So maybe it was that guy who was watching her.
Hold that.
Totally. But, like, what you.
We'll get
Really?
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get there. I think we need to cut to commercial. We'll be right back.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
So before we jump into predictions, congratulations are in order to the owners of AfterBuzz, Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro, for their film premiering tonight's Serial Buddies at the Boston Film Festival. It is the first, congratulations you guys, the first serial killer buddy comedy. So look out for that, you
Got
guys,
me hooked.
in your theaters, hopefully soon. So let's move on right into predictions, Jesse.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Ooh.
I just feel like the screen should just be waving like
Yeah, I definitely do.
So predictions, you guys. What do you think is happening next week?
Okay, so the phone.
Mm-hmm. We saw that.
That's all I got.
Everything's that's all I have too. The phone. She has the man who tried to kill her,
Right.
kill Siobhan. She has the killer's phone. What do you think happens? Give me something.
I don't know. Could it? What does she plan? She takes it to a guy to say, "Tell me everything I can know about
That's
this."
smart. Thank
Right.
God she did something smart.
For once,
Like,
we're gonna see her
thank
use her
you.
brain.
Amen.
Go to a techie and be like, "Tell me everything you can."
Did she go to Tyler Blackburn's character, Caleb? And maybe.
How amazing would that be if they crossed over the two shows?
I really think there's a lot of places they could do some crossovers,
She
and I think
drives to Rosewood.
we should probably suggest it.
Okay, we'll tell Tyler Blackburn. We'll tweet him.
Tweet at Tyler Blackburn, and then maybe see if SMG has a Twitter and be like, pull some strings.
That would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
A crossover between ABC Family and CW.
I
It
think
happened.
we could have
It
just
could
created
happen.
a great little marriage.
Bring in two of some of the hottest shows right now, Ringer and Pretty Little Liars.
And
Bring them
just
together.
Make it the ultimate show. That's my prediction. That's my prediction, everyone. You heard it here first. Oh wait, that's not actually happening.
No, it's not.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
But you got an exclusive anyway. Good job.
My fake exclusive.
So is that all we think is going to be happening? It looked mainly like the whole episode was centered around this cell phone and the man that was stalking her at the party. But do you guys want to see a little bit more with Juliet and maybe their relationship?
Yeah. I think that's definitely going to become like a key relationship in the series.
Yeah.
Especially because of the frayed relationship that Juliet had with the real Siobhan, and now it's Briv, and we'll see how Juliet kind of matures with given a good support system.
I'd like to see that.
I would too. And I mean, I think that the name of the episode, She's Ruining Everything, was a little harsh. I mean, I understand Siobhan's plans, the real Siobhan's plans are getting ruined, but it looks like Bridget is actually fixing
it all
Siobhan's
up.
life for her. She's
Siobhan
fixing
doesn't
everything.
want that life
She doesn't
anymore.
want that life, which is why she planned this murder and why she ran away to Paris. But you'd also think everyone thinks Siobhan is dead, but she's living here. Bridget took her place. And you'd think she's in Paris, someone would notice somewhere a woman removing money from that account.
Such a large amount.
Yes.
Yeah.
Such a large amount from an account in Paris, nonetheless. I mean, these two women don't think anything through. There is a paper trail, regardless of what you think.
They said she honeymooned in Paris.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The police officer or detective.
Yeah, they looked into it from Facebook. And
you
so
put everything on Facebook.
Wouldn't you that would be semi-suspicious that all of a sudden this account's closed. Especially you can't think that Briv isn't going to try and get some sort of money. You left your card there.
She did leave her card there, but she's with her husband who makes the money. So she's got to have credit cards aside from the debit card.
True.
But someone would notice. Maybe the bank teller would notice because they're special friends,
Someone.
Here's what my prediction for just the series as a whole.
Okay, give it to me.
I think I might have figured it out.
Oh, you figured out the whole run of this season.
It just happened.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, so I think that Siobhan is the one hired a hitman for herself.
Right.
Because she doesn't want that life.
Right.
Point blank, that's it. That she was the one who hired the hitman. She didn't want to. She wanted an easy way to run away, and that was the best way to do it. Did we already talk about that?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
I've never heard that one before.
And the lights are going.
It's crazy in here.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Like a cloud.
Spoiler alert!
We don't even know what
We get it, Jesse, okay?
that was a spoiler. But who is she working with?
That's my question.
Who is she working
think
with?
We know that Siobhan is trying to get rid of herself.
Because
who,
oops.
Yes. But who is the other person on the other end of the phone?
Who's on the other end? I'm wondering if I think it would be really early to already give that away with the cell phone, but I feel like that has to have something to do with
There's
it.
going to be a connection.
Yeah, we're going to get some hints or something as to who this other person is.
I guess we'll have to wait and see till next week.
Oh, the drama.
The drama.
It will ensue.
It will ensue. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for being
From
a wonderful
all your
host.
hosts here at AfterBuzz, I'm David Skiflity, your host, Stephanie Chapluck, and Siobhan Hughes. Have a wonderful night, you guys.
Bye.
Good night. I'm becoming Sydney.
Go
Go to sleep.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.